Welcome back to the Eclectic Frontier, where two friends with nothing to talk about nothing, but this time we're going to talk about the movie Hereditary. Now, Hereditary was written and directed by Ari Aster, starring Toni Collette, Millie Shapiro, and Gabriel Byrne. I haven't seen it. Chi, you have seen it.
Yes.
Tell us how you liked Hereditary.
Hereditary was an interesting movie because you saw the trailer, right?
We just watched the trailer together.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see it.
Sure.
I remember 6 months ago, I was dying to see this movie because I was reading all the snippets that said, this generation's Exorcist, new classic horror masterpiece. And you know, I love horror movies.
Yes. Well, you and I are both definitely horror movie fans. And I always like it because it's fun. Horror movies is a lot of fun to watch. It gets your emotions going. You get scared. You go through a roller coaster ride when it's done right. Hereditary is interesting because it's not your typical modern day horror movie where they do a lot of jump scare. The movie has almost no jump scare, which is very good because that's the restraint on the director, on the script writing and everything. It's hard to describe the movie without talking about the story. I'm going to try to talk as little as possible. The movie is about a family with Gabriel Byrne playing the father, Toni Collette playing the mother, Millie Shapiro playing the daughter, and the one you forgot to mention earlier, Alex Wolff playing the son. So there's 4 main characters in the movie. It starts off with a funeral, the death of Toni Collette's mother, the grandmother of the family. She passed away, and they're at a funeral home. After her passing, you see strange things happening around the family. What's kind of interesting about the movie is the whole time it's played in a way where you don't know whether it's because it's supernatural purposes, or is it that the stress and the grief is kind of tearing the characters apart. It's kind of alluded very early on that the grandmother could be insane, have some sort of mental issues. So the movie title Hereditary suggests that a little bit. Okay. That's really the overall premise. So as you're watching it, the whole time the movie plays with whether it is insanity or whether it's supernatural.
I like that.
Yeah, it's done very well. I would say a good chunk of it, probably the entire middle part of the movie, is family drama.
Okay.
Family going through these horrible things, losses, pains, and people are at odds with each other. And you see some very, very fine acting come out of all the actors. And you're kind of, it's really an emotional ride, and it can kind of become a little gut-wrenching to watch of what's happening to these people. So I would say it's completely succeeded on that part.
Okay, so where's the horror?
There is horror aspect of it. There's definitely horror aspect. Really shocking events do happen without giving anything away. There is
no spoilers.
No spoilers. It's so hard to talk about this movie. And if you give any spoiler, it spoils some of the truly horrific part in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say the horrific part watching is seeing just people pushing to the brink of grief and sadness, and just almost like they're on the edge of insanity because they don't know how to process these things that's happening to them.
People it sounds like you're saying that they're pushed to the point of a mental breakdown.
Yes.
And it sounds like the movie builds up that kind of suspense.
Mm-hmm.
Now that sounds interesting. I'm going to see it. Definitely,
Yes.
when I get the first chance to see this, I will see it.
Yes.
You know what kind of horror movies I like, and you know I'm very hard to scare. How do you think I'm going to like this?
I'll put it this way. The movie was fine from beginning to end, but I thought the ending didn't really do anything for the movie, which is kind of interesting. I thought that was probably the only letdown of the movie.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's an ending, but that's all there is. It doesn't elevate the movie. It doesn't ruin the movie. It was kind of like the end. You go, okay, I can see why you do this ending, but how do I say it? The whole time you're wondering whether it's insanity or supernatural. And to be honest, they could have gone either way.
Either way.
They could have gone either way. and you would have been okay with it either way, because I think it was so well written throughout the whole thing, was so well acted and performed the whole thing, and well executed. But when it got to the end, you just go, oh, okay, that was that.
Well,
And the ending, I thought, generated no emotion.
it has to have an impact. It's called the climax for a reason.
All the way, I would say, 5 minutes before the ending has a climax. But the actual ending, the closing part, you just go, okay, that was it.
I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah,
So,
it's very, very hard to describe. You have to see it for yourself.
I'm going to see it. Scale of 1 to 4 stars, what do you give Hereditary?
I would give 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
yeah.
Now, your description of the ending made me not want to see it, and the questioning whether I wanted to see it or not. But now the 3.5 stars, you pulled me back in.
Well, it loses half a point for the ending.
Uh-oh.
But the whole movie is well acted. That's the one thing you'll come to your mind when you see it. The acting is unbelievable, through the roof. It might as well be. You can take it to an Oscar-winning drama with the level of acting they put into this movie.
Okay, well, you got Gabriel Byrne and Toni Collette. Toni
Yes.
Collette is one of the best actresses I've ever seen.
Well, not to mention the son that was in the movie, Alex Wolff. He's a new guy. I've never seen him before, but that guy pulled his own weight against these other, experienced actors. Direction for the movie is very, very well handled. Cinematography is beautiful, shockingly beautiful, very impactful. The way they move the camera, the way they focus on things, and they want you to see it all expertly executed. No problem with it. So 3.5 comes in for all of that.
It sounds like you're saying it's well worth the price of the ticket. And you would suggest people go see this? Yes or no?
Yes, yeah, I would say see it for the reason I stated. The ending, it's probably just gonna go, oh, okay, I'm okay with that, and that's about it. You're not gonna go, wow, that ending really was good. You just go, it's okay.